ECOWAS, Africa. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this reading. So, Most High, if there's anybody interfering with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to your people. Thank you. Okay, so clarifying ECOWAS. Where do we find the information you want to reveal to us regarding ECOWAS? Please. Okay. Before we do that, let's take a closer look at ECOWAS. According to Google, ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States. It says the Economic Community of West African States is a regional, political, and economic union of 15 countries of West Africa. Collectively, the countries comprise an area of, I don't think that's relevant, and have an estimated population of 424.34 million. That is important. So they're saying that it is a regional, political, and economic union of 15 countries of West Africa. So economic has everything to do with money, commerce, and we know what politics is. Politics have everything to do with governance, so it's everything to do with the governance and the commerce of these 15 countries of West Africa. I'm looking for the members. Upon its foundation, ECOWAS had 15 member states, 8 French-speaking, 5 English-speaking, and 2 Portuguese-speaking. All current members joined the community as founding members in May 1975, except Cape Verde, which joined in 1977. Morocco officially requested to join ECOWAS in February 2017. The application was endorsed in principle at the Summit of Heads of State in June 2017. I don't see the names. Well, they're not giving me the names. Let me see. I'm on Wikipedia, by the way. They're not giving me the actual names. Okay, at the bottom, we got ECOWAS member states. It says Benin, Burkina Faso, Cape Verde, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Togo. Okay, now we can continue. Now that we know what we're talking about. I didn't hear anything about United States in there, but during the recent upheaval that was in Africa regarding Burkina Faso, I was hearing America is basically, let me say allegedly, America was actually the one that was running this ECOWAS community. Okay, the people that were representing on behalf of America, not the people, allegedly. So let's find out what God wants us to know about ECOWAS. I am not well versed on politics. Let me say that again. It's important for me to note. Politics is not something that I study. It is something that I've recently grown an interest in because I see that it's necessary. It affects all of us, so we should pay attention. Politics has everything to do with the people. And the decisions that are being made, which affect our lives on a daily basis. So politics is everybody's business. So regarding ECOWAS, what does God want us to know? America's classified plans, declassified, part 4. And my cards have on these weaponized particles on them, so if you see me wiping my face and blowing my nose, it's because they're affecting me right now. These lint look alike. They're meant to look like lint, but they don't behave like regular lint. They take a toll on my respiratory health because these are actually weapons that are being used against me. If you look in the community tab, you'll see the photo that I put up recently of what I hoovered yesterday out of my clothes. Okay. Mine and Malika's clothes. What you're looking at is actually a weapon. I guess that will come under biochemical weapon. Something like that. And those weapons, these attacks come courtesy of the secret society, which runs America and a large portion of the world. The one who intends to rule the world one day. Ha ha ha. I laugh in the face of evil. I'm guessing it's the ones that call themselves the Illuminati, yet they know nothing about nothing. They are wannabe illuminated ones, wannabe gods, wannabe authority. Yesterday I found out what the classified plans were in Florida, at least one of them. I'm sure there's more than one. Florida, and let me see what was related to that. And the Arctic Council. And just know that the plans that they are carrying out in Florida, just know that they're carrying it out in every other place that they possibly can. So you need to pay attention. You need to go and watch it. I'm not sure if the Arctic Council is talking about the Arctic Council or if they're just saying that the parents are cold. But I would imagine even in these states that make up the Arctic Council, the same plan that they're using in Florida is being used in those states in those countries as well. So I do suggest that you guys watch it. Florida in the Arctic Council. That goes for you Caribbean states as well. Caribbean countries. I haven't had breakfast yet, but I have some tea here to drink. So excuse me while I take care of my health and work at the same time. So regarding ECOWAS, what does God want us to know? Okay, so the subject of this part of the message, we have I am just playing games with your mind. So the card we have to come out, I want to be a better person. We have luxury and money. So that's their ambition. And they're just playing games with everybody's mind. So we have I don't understand at the bottom of the deck. I want to love you in the best way. You broke my heart. I want you to teach me how to love. I'm ready to build a business with you. I am heartbroken. Interesting. I am being overly protective of me. I was influenced by my friends. So ECOWAS. ECOWAS is hurt. Okay. But ECOWAS claims say it wants to love, I guess, Africa in the best way. Very interesting. I cannot promise that I will never break your heart again, but I promise to try very, very hard not to. And then I like to be the one in control. And I do so through fear. I am scared of you. So I'm guessing ECOWAS rules with fear. So basically, I see oppression because those who are at the head of ECOWAS, they love luxury and money. But they claim so they want to be a better person. I'm guessing the better person is being better than everybody else. I'm feeling selfishness. Okay? There's no actual love here. Alright? There's a lot of deception. Okay? There's a lot of deception because all they care about is luxury and money. Expensive cars, clothes, houses, holidays, my kids are better than yours, that type of stuff. Okay? And they rule the people through fear. So the laws that they're making, the decisions that they're making on behalf of their people, it's not for the betterment of the people, it's for the betterment of those who are a part of ECOWAS's management. Okay. And we have I just want to be friends. And we have I am sorry. I lack self-confidence. I know it was my fault, but I blamed you. So the people who are members of the ECOWAS political and economic system, just know that ECOWAS is not there for your betterment. They're there for the betterment of what they can put into their pocket. So it's all about their friends. Typical politics. Yeah, that's politics. That's not politics. Typical politics. Okay, the money stays with those who are at the top of the food chain. They don't care about the people. Alright? So, declassifying America's plans. So, they present themselves as though they are there for the betterment of the countries that they represent, but they are not. well, the people of the countries that they represent. They present themselves as though they are there for the betterment of the peoples of the countries that they represent, but they are not. They're there for themselves. And they are therefore not to be trusted or relied upon or supported, because you're only supporting them to hurt you more. And like I said, while all that upheaval started with Burkina Faso, I think it was last year. I'm not sure if it's last year. I think it might have been last year. It was rumored that ECOWAS is run by America, actually. They use African faces, but it's actually American thought and American bosses behind them. The thoughts of these American bosses drive them. And they have no good intentions for the peoples of the countries that they represent. So if the countries who make up ECOWAS find that they don't have no good hospitals, they don't have no good schools, they don't have no good programs for children and their development, like outside of school, like community centers, different sporting events, things to give the children space to learn and grow outside of what they're teaching in school. Yeah, if your churches, you find your preachers can't be trusted, that's all by design, okay? And everything else that I didn't mention. So science, religion, education, all fucked up, that's all by design. If the country is not clean, that's all by design. If you don't have good roads to drive and walk on, that's all by design. They don't care about you. Stuff like that. They say they're there to make things better, but they're not. So they'll keep on talking a good talk, but you'll never see the things that they say manifest. They only tell you what you want to hear, to keep you quiet and keep you peaceful. They'll say all good things and then do the opposite to what they promised. Typical politics. That's not politics, that's politics. Okay. So what else does God want us to know about ECOWAS? Okay, so the subject matter of this part of the message, we have: when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. So they're not focusing on their inner light, obviously, they're focusing on their inner darkness, okay? But when they focus on their inner light, they see the world through the lens of love. They don't have no love. The only love they have is for themselves and their pockets and their friends. Being able to exalt themselves over their fellow men and fellow women. So we have: my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. So okay. So yeah, my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. ECOWAS, that's a message for you. Your capacity to tune into the energy of love gives you the words you need when it's time for you to speak up, the compassion you need when it's time for you to forgive, and the power you need when you are lost. And right now you are lost. You think America's gonna win this war that they have waged against the world? No. So you're playing for the losing team. Sorry. At the bottom of the deck, I choose to learn through love. In order to learn through love, you have to actually be in that energy. And y'all are not in the energy of love. But just know that your capacity to tune into the energy of love will give you the words you need when it's time for you to speak up, the compassion you need when it's time for you to forgive, and the power you need when you are lost. So if you're living a type of lifestyle that you don't really want to live because you know it's wrong, God is saying that there is a way out for you. You do not have to stay in that energy. Okay? True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So what triggers you? You're triggered by poverty. You're triggered by intimidation of America if you don't do what they want you to do. You're triggered by the thought of being seen as a lowly person or a regular person. All these triggers, you need to allow yourself to go through these things and conquer them. Not allow them to conquer you, because God is not taking any stupid excuses. Whatever path you choose to take, that will be your reward. If you live in hate, whether it's out of fear or out of your own free will, you will reap in hate. Whatever you put out, that you will get back. Period. Whether you're choosing it because you're afraid or you're choosing it because you feel like that's what you want to do, you're on the road, and whatever you find on that road, it will be your just reward. Okay? ECOWAS. All leaders of ECOWAS. That includes you, Americans. If you want to get out, God says there's a way for you to get out. But you have to change your energy from hate to love. From not caring to caring. From darkness to the light. from being godless to including God in your life. The quality of life you live is just one thought away, one decision away. You can change your whole life's trajectory by the choices that you make. So if you know you're on the wrong path and you don't want to be there, then you need to start making some different choices, some better choices, the right choices, regardless of the possible consequences. You have to let your faith in God be bigger than your fears of men and women. That's how you win. You have to let your faith in God be bigger than your fear in the men and women who intimidate you. That's how you win. You have to take risks. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's not impossible. What you work for, that's what you're going to get. Period. America is going down. You're playing for the losing team. Evil is going down. You're playing for the losing team. Hell is crumbling. You are playing for the losing team. The hell that they erected on earth is crumbling. You are playing for the losing team. One more time. Okay, concerning ECOWAS. At the bottom of the deck, we've got moral problems. That's the subject of this part of the message. Exactly. If you want to heal from your moral problems, you have to make different choices. You have to make choices that were fueled by love, fueled by understanding, fueled by care. ECOWAS has moral problems. Their moral compass is all screwed up. They find ways to justify their ill behavior so that they can sleep well at night. But just know you can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to God. Okay? And really and truly, you can't lie to yourself because there's a part of you that know better. So you're actually just fooling yourself. And from you know better, you know that there's an expiry date on you being free to keep misbehaving. There's gonna come a time when you will have to pay. When that time is, we don't know, but the time will come. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You know. When you know better, you should do better. Or if you refuse to do better, be ready to accept the consequences of your actions. Simple. So the underlying issue, the message, sorry, we have I told someone or someone's, I don't like what you do for work. One wants someone else. Interesting. So some of you don't like what you do for work. Exactly. Moral problems. You know better. And you want to basically become someone else. You want to change. So this one wants someone else. This one wants something else. I don't have a one wants something else card in this deck. So this is talking about you wanting to change. That other last deck was talking about you wanting to heal from being this way as well. So you've been telling somebody that you don't like what you do for work. You shouldn't, because it's not right. So the underlying issue is God says yes, you do need to change. You are on the wrong trajectory. If you want to live a life of peace, a life of happiness, if you want your future to be a positive one, you're on the wrong trajectory. Okay? You're creating hell, so that's what you're going to meet in your future. When you change that, you change your future. So God says yes. We have a distraction, legal problems. You see that? Karma. What you put out is what you get back. I had no influences. So nobody even influenced you to be this way. You chose to be this way because you claim say you really, really like to be an evil person. You like to get money under the table. You like to make false promises. You like tricks. But you were lying to yourself. So you convinced yourself that you were okay with the life that you were living. But now you realize, yeah, no. Yeah, you were lying to yourself because you don't want to worry. That's why I say you were justifying what you do on a daily basis so that you can find ways to sleep well at night. We got I don't know, and we got work problems. We got God says no, you don't have no work problems. And we have I don't know how to love you. But God says if one wanted to, one would. If you wanted to love, you would. If you truly wanted to love, you would find a way. If you truly wanted to do your job right, you would find a way. Stop making excuses about money problems. How much money you need, sir? How much money do you need? About I'm trying my best. But then we got damaging secrets. So you're willing to do this bad stuff to get the money because you convinced yourself that you need to, but you know better. You know, a lot of us, we miss our blessing because we have a vision of a life that we want for ourselves because we think that we know what's best. But really and truly, if we were to walk the path that was laid before us, staying away from moral problems, if you stay away from moral problems, whatever the outcome, you'll be better off than if you try to force your life to be what you want your life to be. Because let's look at this destiny. By you making the choices that you made, you got the money, but you're not happy. You don't have peace. You got the money, but you left a whole bunch of bad karma behind you. A whole bunch of people hate you. They don't trust you. That lack of trust, that hatred, it transfers to your children. So you created a whole mirage of hate for you and your generations. Because you didn't want to live the life that nature had planned for you. You didn't want to walk the path that nature laid out for you. Is it better to have money in your pocket or have the love of the people around you? Maybe even your own children hate you. But I bet you'd be saying you doing this for you and your children. How you know your children are happy with that? What does it profit a man or a woman to gain the whole world and lose their soul? Or the love of their loved ones? You did what you did because you thought it would create a better life for you and your closest ones. It didn't. It created an atmosphere of distrust, because when you look at what you can do and when you look at what other people can do, how they can lie so easily and do the absolute opposite, and they're looking at you the same, they won't trust you. You don't trust the people around you that you work with. Your children can't trust you because they know this about you. You're creating a whole swirl of bad energy around you when your intention was to try to make life better. But how can you make life better by making all these bad choices? You know they were wrong things. How do you make life better by making all these wrong choices? The mathematics ain't mathing. That mathematics does not work. Do good and good follow you. You may not have as much money, but how do you even know? You didn't even try to walk the path that nature had for you, so you don't even know. Maybe you would have been put on a path where you would be financially set, and your children would be proud of you and feel respect for you because they know that mommy and daddy are respectable. But when you lie for a living and you hurt countries of people, 400 and something million people, that's how many people you're hurting. That's your job, to hurt these people. Your job is to keep these people poor, keep these people oppressed. That's your job. 400 and something million people. You know how much karma that? You know how much people that is to hate you and your children? And your children's children? And your children's children's children? Anybody who carry your name? Anybody who come out of your lineage? They didn't ask for this karma to fall on them. Your children didn't ask for the sins of the parents to fall on the children. So when you want to count in them 4 million and odd people that you're hurting, include your children, include your parents, include your friends. Y'all don't trust one another, y'all don't love one another because y'all see how treacherous you can all be. Complete opposite effect of what you were trying to do. It was all for nothing. The only thing you learnt is what you don't want. How are you going to clean this shit up? You need God. God can help you. Your job was to create turmoil. Your job is to create turmoil and suffering. Probably allowing bad medicines to come into the country. Poor building structures. Using mediocre materials to put up. Shit like that. That's what you people do. Pocket as much money as you can while fucking up everything everywhere else. Let me tell you something. The same buildings that you may allow to be built with poor building materials, you might be in one of them one time when something bad happened. So you don't care if the building caving upon anybody, but God has a way of putting your ass in one of them same buildings or whatever way you have managed to diminish life for the people. God has a way of putting you in that same situation. Don't think it's impossible. Just because if you get sick, you can use your money and fly out to other hospitals. Don't think that there can't come a time when you will get sick and have to go to the same hospitals that you never wanted to invest in. They have poor equipment, poor building structure. Probably got asbestos and shit inside. You didn't care. It's time to reap. And that's just examples. I don't know exactly what you did. I'm just giving examples of what were possible. But you know what you did. You know what you all did. You know how you were not caring for the people of these member states of ECOWAS. The way that you testified you would. Or professed you would. When it's time for election, y'all know how to talk real good. And then do everything opposite to what you promised. Politics. God has a way of landing you exactly right inside of the same mess that you thought you would not be affected by. And if you think you're clever to run away from those countries and go somewhere else, God have another mess out there for you. You cannot run from karma. If you live your life to make people suffer, just expect some sufferation to come to you. Or maybe yours, those who you love. So maybe you might not get trapped in one of them buildings that you use bad materials to build. Maybe your child. Maybe your favorite child. You understand what I'm saying? And that goes for any other overseas country who do this dumb shit. Don't think that you're immune to the fuckery that you built. To the hell that you created. You're not immune to the hell that you created on earth. It will affect you and yours too. To avoid it, just don't do it. Do what you're doing properly. Create good karma behind you. Establish yourself as such that you have the love of the people. Put the love of the people first, not the love of money. Because putting the love of money first and putting the love of the people as last, that's what you end up with. You have a whole bunch of money and nobody to love you. Nobody for you to love. What's the point in having all this money and nobody to share it with, really? If you get sick, God forbid, yes, you can pay for a carer, but are they actually going to care for you? But if you spend your life building love, if you get sick, those around you, they feel it too. And anybody who come into your life to care for you while you're sick, they're going to want to do their best job. You'll be touched by an angel. But if you live a demon life, You're on demon time all day, every day. Demons are what you have to meet in your future. Y'all don't think of all the variables. You think that you have the power to govern life. That's what you people tell yourselves. You gotta apologize at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. You people tell yourselves that you have the power to control life. You don't. You do not. You're supposed to work in partnership with life so that life takes care of you. You don't get to dictate how life go. Life dictates to you. Life is the teacher. We are the students. And a lot of us are learning nothing because we keep doing the same shit over and over again, expecting things to be different. What you put out is what you're going to get back. Simple mathematics. So, concerning ECOWAS, this message is to the leaders of ECOWAS, people at the top of the food chain when it comes to ECOWAS, the decision makers and the ones who carry out these stupid decisions. True confession. Me, I prefer have the love of the people. Because if you have the love of the people, you can't go hungry. You will never go naked. You will never go shelterless. If you have the love of the people, you get everything. Because they're going to always want to bless you. You see how that works? There's always going to be, and bless your children. When people see you and your children come around, you're going to be surrounded by love. Good prayers. Good energy. But you chose to put the people as your last priority. You put money as your first priority. Dead. When you get sick, it's a person who has to care for you, not money. If you want to fly to another country, it's a person who has to fly that plane, not money. When your children go to school, it's people have to teach your children, not the money. Etc., etc., etc. You need a babysitter. Is a person who has to come. Morals at the bottom of the deck. Let me take some tea. You need a babysitter. It's a person who have to come and look after your children. If you go out to a restaurant, it's people who cook for you. It's better to have the love of the people. is wiser. Assurance. You have the love of the people, you have no worries, you have assurance. But y'all chose money because you thought that was a smart idea. Because you get to drive around in big car and you get to wear expensive clothes and you get to pose as if you're better than the people them who surround you. Frivolous shit. Meaningless shit. You chose wrong. When life presented you with the choice, you chose wrong. But if you can choose wrong, you can also choose right. It's as simple as a snap of a finger. The thing is with you people is you thought that you'd be able to keep your intentions secret. You thought that you'd be able to keep who you truly are secret. Damaging secrets. You thought that you would always be able to hide these things. Anybody find out, you just get somebody to kill them. Life don't work that way. We're in a different age. Keep up with the times. We are not in the old earth anymore. We are ushering the new earth. Life is what we make it. If you make it bad, it's going to be bad. If you make it good, it's going to be good. To choose wisely. You want to be envied by the people. You want to be looked upon. Then you got the exact opposite. People hate you. People see you with scorn. Why? Because that's the energy you put out. You hate the people. That's why you do not fight for them. You fight against them. With everything that you do, every decision you make, you fight against the people and you expect the people to watch you and admire you. And show you love. That don't make no sense. You're insulting people's intelligence just because they don't have no big job like you. You think that they're stupid just because they didn't go to the colleges and the universities that you went to. People see. Even children can see. Especially the African peoples. You are surrounded by intelligence. They may not say it, but they see. And they understand and they know. And they know how to fake with you the same way you know how to fake with them. So behind the scenes, you're doing a whole lot. And behind the scenes, when they get the chance, they're going to be doing a whole lot. An eye for an eye. Now you want to be saved. Do you deserve to be saved? Yeah, now it's time to reap your inheritance. Now you want to be saved. Now it's time to inherit. Eh? Now it's time to reap the rewards of all your foul behavior. I tell you, things are changing. This is the new earth that we are bringing in. First will be last and the last will be first. So concerning ECOWAS, hang on. Let me clear my nostrils. Excuse me. If I have to suffer, you have to watch me suffer. For bringing these messages to you guys, I'm made to suffer. So the least you can do is watch me suffer. So, at the bottom of the deck, we got generational programming. That's the subject of this part of the message. Information that's been handed down through generations, making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over, or making the same good choices over and over and over. It just depends on what choices you make, what you choose to teach. So let's see. Our elders didn't have it all figured out. And plus, times were very different in their time. In these times, some different rules apply. What worked then may not work so well now. So the card to come out, we have adoption. And when adoption came out, I heard the principles. You were taught these things by your elders, but they're actually harming yourself. Self-harm. So these teachings, when it comes to politics that you get from those before you, they're not working. And you're coming to see that. It works against you. You're in different times. So you need to contact your ancestors and let them know, yo, this is not doing me justice. This is not serving me well. We're gonna need to change some things. It's not working. It's hurting me. It's hurting your children. And it's gonna hurt your children's children. This generational programming, the things that you learned from your ancestors. It's a generational curse. It's not a generational blessing. They taught you the wrong things. Got passed away. DNA test results. So this is talking in a spiritual sense now. So you need to let go of this spiritual or intellectual DNA that you got from your elders. Because you know DNA is basically you're made of this, and anything that come out to you is also made of this same thing. So when it comes to looking at it from a spiritual sense, your people before you used to conduct politics in this way. You now come to conduct politics in this way, but God is saying it's a curse. You need to let it go. Do not follow their pattern. It's time to reconstruct your psychological DNA, your educational DNA, your spiritual DNA, your moral DNA. It's time for healing. When it comes to business, we got agree to disagree. When it comes to what's religion? Religion is basically one's moral compass. So everybody's not going to agree with what you're choosing. When it comes to healing, everybody's not going to agree with you. They're going to say you're stupid. Agree to disagree. Don't even argue with them. You're making these choices for you and your children. You're cleaning up your karma so that you can live a good life in the future. Not have a whole bunch of people wanting to hurt you. So you better not listen to them. Agree to disagree. Do not argue with them. Just know the decisions you're making and know that you're making the decisions for you and your generations. You're cleaning up this generational curse. Yeah, abandonment. Let them go. Anybody who don't agree with you, let it go. Let them go. You don't need to argue with nobody because they know better too. Let them walk over the cliff if they want to. Maybe they don't have nothing to live for. You do. Maybe they don't have nobody to fight for. You do. You need to clean this shit up. This culture. Blaze your own trail through life. Do not just follow blindly. If it's not working, let it go. You should be guided, not controlled. You have the right to choose. Anybody who wants to control you, they got to go. Because they don't mean you any well. And maybe it's done deliberately, maybe they just don't know any better. But in any case, the choices that they're teaching you, they are hurting you. Your moral compass is going to make you the black sheep. It doesn't matter. First, they'll criticize you and then they're going to follow you. Because you didn't know any better. Now you do. Apparently, they don't know any better yet. So they haven't grown. You have. And you want something different for yourself. True confession. You don't want to live like that anymore. That shit ain't working. It's working against you and your lineage. Maybe it worked in grandpa and grandma and great grandpa and grandpa's and grandma's time, but it's not working anymore. It's doing more harm than good. So America was using you to hurt your own people. You think America's going to adopt you when you turn your people against you? America is also going to abandon you, use you, control you, and abandon you when you have no use to them. They don't care about you. You're just a means to an end. Because wherever you getting out the deal, just know that they're getting a lot more. come into Africa and get African to work against Africans. Nonsense. Bullies. So, this is the last message that we have for ECOWAS. And then we move on to find out what God wants us to know about Africa. Which it was saying that that's what you're doing to Africa. Like, you're hurting Africa and now you don't want to anymore. Your job was to hurt your own. And you realize that shit works against you. It's too much of a heavy load to bear. All because of money and luxury. America should not be trusted, period. These Americans. And like I said yesterday, it's not all of them that are like that, but the ones in power, this is the precedence that they're setting for their whole tribe. Okay? This bad behavior of these powerful white people, they make the rest of the white race look bad. They're a terrible example. They're a terrible representation of what the white race is. Most white people don't think or behave like this. Most white people do not believe like they believe. Most white people don't agree with these fucking power-hungry, money-hungry fucking lunatics. These white lunatics. Their own people don't agree with them. Where they get these ways from? How did they get like this? To be so vile, so savage, so careless, so domineering, so intrusive. Such bullies. Where they get that from? Most white people don't think and behave like that, but how do we know the difference? How do we know which is which? Because they all look the same. By their fruits we shall know them. So that means you have to give them a chance to fuck you over to get to know that they're assholes. It's just a bit risky for me, bro. I can't go with being hurt anymore. I would prefer to abstain from people hurting me. I've had people hurt me for years and years. I need a break. I don't have no more space on me to take beatings. Neither spiritual nor physical. I haven't been physically beaten, but it feels so. Well, if you look at my internal organs, you look at my skin, you can see the beatings that they've been giving me for these years. But spiritually, I look like a car. You know them cars, yeah. This is something that the white people do. They build these monster trucks that they drive over cars. I'm that car underneath the monster truck. That's what I look like spiritually. But I refuse to give up. I'm the car under the monster truck, but I'm kicking this monster truck's ass by the grace and favor of God. Yeah. I refuse to be defeated. I'm gonna pop all their tires. Yeah, when they ride over me, my metals are gonna stick up and dig out them tires. Because I'm not these new cars, you know. I'm one of them old cars that's made of proper iron. Okay? Proper metal. Wanna come ride over me? Yeah, I'm crushed. I am crushed, but I'm not stopping. There's a lot of fight left in me. And who did that? White people. The white people at the elite parts of society. And the ones that they hire on the lower level parts of society. White people. And my black people, the coconuts. They look brown, but inside of them white too. They are driven by the same white mentality. Just like you people of ECOWAS are being driven by the same nasty white mentality. Humans are beings of love. Naturally. We are beings of goodness. Naturally. Humans. Not just white or black people. So to be anything else is to be outside of self. But y'all gonna see that love is stronger than hate. To be anything other than love is to fight against self. Self-harm. A lot of people put hate over love because they think that by being hateful, they get to go on top. They don't care who they step on. They don't care what mess they leave behind them. They're on demon time. They lie to get what they want. They run crooked businesses. And they think that that's the right formula. It's not. Love is stronger than hate. Love is more powerful than hate. That's why when the devils come to you, they come to you with kindness. They come to you with smiling faces. They come to you with soft-spoken tones. Because they know the power of love. But in their heart is destruction. And only when that destruction come out, that's when you know who you're dealing with, unfortunately. Somebody made a meme, said they wish people were like money. You could just hold them up to the light and see what's really inside of them. It's not a bad idea. There are ways of divination that you can use to find out these things ahead of time. Establish a mode of communication with the Creator so that you can know. If you really want to know, you can. But it's nice to know some of you, at least some of you, I don't know how many of you in ECOWAS actually want to change and stop hurting your people. But that's good to know that at least some of you have changed your trajectory and now you want to actually be a better person. That's comforting to know. It starts with desire. Next, you need prayer for guidance and the strength. Because they're going to talk bad about you. And the same people, you're going to see them from the other side of life. You're gonna see how they do stuff to ruin your reputation, to diminish your your power to influence and your power to be effective. But it's okay. Don't watch that, because God's hand is stronger. As long as you allow God to be the leader in your life, you will win the battles that you're meant to win. The ones that you don't win, just know that God has a plan, and that's the reason why you didn't get to win that one. God is the mighty strategist, not you. So you do not have to understand everything that God is doing and why God is allowing certain things to happen. Trust in God. Put yourself in God's hands and trust in God's direction. Once you allow God to be the operator in your life, you don't need to worry about nothing else. However things go is how it's meant to go. Later on, you'll be able to see, because hindsight is 2020. You'll understand why God made certain things happen, why God made certain people betray you, why God made certain people leave your life, why God made certain people come into your life, why God made you lose a house or a car or a child or whatever. Trust God. It will not work if you don't trust God. God doesn't make mistakes. And these people, all of them together, they come nowhere near the power of God. They cannot outdo God. They like to think so, and they like to tell each other that they can, but it's lies. They are delusional. If God could be outsmarted, then God wouldn't be God. And God is God, yesterday, today, and forever. God cannot be outsmarted. God cannot be outdone. God cannot be beaten. Period. So the subject of this part, it is not going well. I think we gathered that so far. That's why you want to change. It's not going well. So, we got to do some research. Do some research, ECOWAS. Okay? The underlying is spend quality time with siblings. This could be talking about your actual siblings. This could be talking about the people. Because I don't have a spend time with the people card. I don't really have a political deck. But spend quality time, because we're all sisters and brothers in God. Spend quality times with your siblings. There's a time to speak, time to be quiet. Listen to them and know when to speak. And this time speak with truth. No more pretending. If they know what you're trying to accomplish, they'll know how to help you. They'll know how to support you. This is a time of forgiveness. Time to act mature. Exactly. Serious things. We're in serious trouble. We need serious solutions. So we have, it's a test. These negative influences all over the world, on social media and in the real world. Just know that they're going to test you. That was revealed in the last deck as well. So when you start to go on your healing journey, trying to set things right, they're going to come against you. Those who were once your comrades, those who were once your partners in crime, they're going to come up against you, trying to influence you negatively. Agree to disagree. It's like, I'm not going to disrespect what you're saying and how you think, but this is me and this is how I think. This makes sense to me now. So I respect what you're dealing with, but I'm not changing. By the grace of God, by the favor of God, I'm not changing. Because I think that this is wrong. I've seen the destruction. I've experienced it myself. What kind of person am I to do things that's actually harming me and harming those I love? What I thought I was going to get out of this is not what I'm getting out of it. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore. So we got know who to ask. Then we have who is she. So there could be a female that's key, or females who are key to this change. It says start with what you know or have, the rest will flow in. That's important to know. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have all the equipment. You don't have to have all the people. You don't have to have all of anything. Start with what you know or have, and God will send you the rest as need be. Okay? So we have that's a lie. Spend quality time with your parents. Interesting. Hang on. And then we have the serenity prayer. So whoever this she is not a friend. She is not a friend. She gonna make you believe that she has the power to do a lot more than she can. But this is advice for you. However, this is actually talking about this she. Whoever this she is. And God is saying, yeah, she could talk big, but that's a lie. Then we have spend quality time with your parents. So what's a parent? A parent is somebody who is supposed to be a positive role model in a child's life. A carer, a teacher. Okay? Spend quality time with the smart people around you. Then we have the serenity prayer. The serenity prayer goes like this. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. That's the serenity prayer. So that will be your guide going into the future. That alone should tell you cannot change everything. Some things you will want to change, but it's not meant for you to change it. It's probably meant for somebody else. But what you can handle, that's what you need to handle. Okay? And we got, look, do something fun, destructive behavior. Maybe it was fun at one point, but it's not fun anymore. God says be kind to them. You got immature parents. Are you holding yourself back with wanting to fit in? You don't need to fit into them circles anymore. You don't belong there. Because they're always acting a fool. It's time to act mature. So you can look after the younger ones and learn from your wisest elders. It's time for you to surround yourself by some different people and look after who you're supposed to be looking after. It's time to stop being a child and be the adult in the situation. These negative influence, they haven't grown up yet. They are big in body, but they're very small in mind. Because they're doing things to hurt themselves. Do not think that their life is better than yours. It is not. I can guarantee you that. Evil begets evil. The same way life is beating your ass is the same way life is beating their ass. Some people just have a higher tolerance for fuckery. Okay? So, what are you great at? God wants you to be yourself. Whatever you're great at, that's what you're meant to be doing. And do it well. And watch out for sabotage. You can't trust everybody. And not everything you try to do is going to be a success either. It's okay. Learn the lessons from it. And move on. Life is about growth. And it happens slowly. Okay? There's no need to rush yourself in this. And this is why I say we need to forget about age and time. Stop believing that nonsense that they teach us about. We only live till we're 80 and 90 and 100 if we're lucky. It's nonsense. We're supposed to be able to live forever. It's how we take care of ourselves that matter. Because you can't set out on this journey and expect that in the middle of your journey you're supposed to just go to the earth. No. You want to live to see the benefits of your sacrifices. You want to live to enjoy the works of your hard labor. Because this journey to change is not going to be easy. I'm telling you now. They're going to talk bad about you. These people, these other people who haven't grown up yet, they're going to talk bad about you and they're going to do stuff to try and block your way. You know how the game go. You've seen it from the inside. They're going to do all type of shit to hurt you and your people. They're going to try to intimidate your people. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. But this time, you're with God. So the fire will not harm you. Not the way that they intend it to. Because they want the fire to consume you. They want the fire to consume me. But all the fire's been doing is singeing my eyebrows. Singeing little bits of my hair. What they expected to happen from the attacks that they have launched upon me, they didn't get anything near the results that they were looking for. And it will be the same for you if you choose to put your trust in God and train your children to put your trust in God. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about God. You do not need religion to have God. Religion is religion. God is personal. Get to know God for yourself and teach your children to get to know God for their self. Teach them to understand how God interacts with them. Teach them to put their faith in God. When life happens, acknowledge what happened, study what happened, pay attention and try to gain understanding as to what happened so that you will understand how God interacts with you. Because with God, it's not a lot of words. Sometimes God talks to you. Sometimes you feel an inspiration and you know that, yes, that's the way to go. But sometimes it's just straight action, no talking. So you have to learn to read the signs on the road of life. And teach your children also. Because God has good intentions for us. It's we who reject God. God has always had good intentions for us. Is we keep making the mistake of thinking that God is less than God is. If God created everything, including the devil, how can we then think that the devil is more powerful than God? That make any sense? A lot of people don't want to believe that God exists, but they want to believe that the devil exists. How? So you're trying to tell me that the devil was so kind to us to have created all this? The devil is not a being of good energy. The devil represents everything negative. And nature itself cares for us. The way how nature look after us, nature cares for us. If the devil had created nature, nature would have been working against us. Nature only work against us when we work against nature. Pay attention and you see. Even the animals serve us. The trees serve us. The wind serve us. The sun serve us when we're working with nature. Pay attention. We are not simple beings. We're missing a lot about what life truly is. We're missing a lot because we're not paying attention. We're paying attention to money and car and clothes and movies and whatnot. Pay attention to nature. Pay attention to action and reaction. Pay attention to your life's story. Look back. See where God was operating in your life, because you didn't come to this conclusion of wanting to change out of nowhere. Events took place. And when you weigh the balance, you start to see something. Maybe you're not seeing it clearly, but you see something. You're noticing something. You're not mistaken. You're not mistaken. You see something. So it's like, even though your actions are speaking one language, your heart and your soul speak another. Be driven by your inner world, not the outer world. The inner world is where the guidance comes from. Even when you get instructions from the outer world, it connects with something on your inner world. And that's how you know, yes, that's the direction that I should go. That's the choice that I should make. Your inner world is where your guide is. Whatever happens outside has to connect. If it don't connect, if there's conflict, leave it. Do nothing. Sometimes doing nothing is the right answer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So let's see what God wants to tell us about Africa now. Okay, get in this deck. So we know that Africa has been the victim in this situation, or Africans, okay, or those who live in Africa. But it's nice to know you want change. So once we get the message here, then we're done. What's America up to when it comes to ECOWAS? They're using African leaders against Africans. But it's nice to know that a lot of leaders, well, a portion, I don't know if it's a lot or a small amount, a portion of them, they don't want to hurt their people anymore. Because they see it's nonsense. They were taught by those before them to make these choices, to walk this path. And now life is showing them it was the wrong way to go. So now some of the ECOWAS leaders are wanting change. They want to do what they say they are here to do. They want to be a blessing to their people rather than a curse. But it was America's intention for you to be a curse to your people. All for America's benefit, of course. Because whatever you're getting out of the deal, just know that they're getting a whole lot more. Because that's how they roll. All you're getting is crumbs for your troubles. And it's the truth. And let me just say, if you pray for this blessing to the ECOWAS leaders now, and those who serve them, doing the nonsense to your people. If you're one of them ones who want to get out of this lifestyle and you pray to get out of this lifestyle, and it so happens that you lose your position, just know it's part of God's plan. Some of you might lose your position, some of you God might keep so that God can use you in a positive way. So just be ready for anything, because you don't know God's plan. America has their plan, God also has a plan. You only know America's plan when they tell you what to do. You only know God's plan when God manifests things. Once you put yourself in God's hands, just know that whatever happens after that is not a mistake. None of it. None of it is a mistake. You just have to trust in God. God doesn't make mistakes. You want to put your safety and your well-being in God's hands, God's going to make that happen. And just know anything you experience, it could have been much worse. So be grateful. I serve the true God of time. Time will be forever on my side. And if you serve the true God of time, time will be forever on your side too. Let go of what these humans have taught you. They're liars and they're confused. They're wannabe gods. They want to call the shots. They don't have no power or control over anything, not even over themselves. Ultimately, God has the power. So concerning Africa, the subject, you got supernatural abilities. That's the subject of this message concerning Africa. Supernatural abilities, you know. Kings and queens, gods and goddesses, you know. I know me say so, you know, God says so, you know. Y'all thought I was just exalting the African peoples of the world? No. We were made great. We are children of excellence. That's why they have to work so hard to cut us down. Let our self-expression be less than what we truly are. That's why they use our music against us, the movies against us. They use our food against us. They use intimidation on us. Everything. They use the fabrics that we wear against us. What kind of stupid fabrics are these that clothes are being made of lately? They're great styles, but the materials are like, what the fuck is that? That's how I feel about it. So they use all these things to diminish our abilities, our psychic abilities, our spiritual abilities, our physical abilities, our physical. Just look at the world around you. Look at black people, African descendants. Just look at them. Look at the greatness. When it comes to superstars, what percentage of superstars are black? What percentage of all the peoples of the world who are known as superstars are black? What level of excellence do they exhibit? I didn't say we're special, God did. We were born this way. And that's why they'll go so far as to steal us. They want to mate with us and have children with us, but they don't want to respect us. They want our genes. They want our culture. They want our identity. They want our history. They want our story to be theirs. They want our country. They want our land. They want everything that belongs to us. They want our resources, our gold, our diamond, our rubber, whatever else them other words are that they use for their mobile phones and whatnot. We need to stop seeing ourselves how the rest of the world see us and start seeing ourselves how God sees us. We're confusing ourselves. The rest of the world will make you feel like you're nobody because you're black. They put you at the bottom of the pile for anything good. We at the bottom. When it's something bad, we at the top. So when they want guinea pigs to practice whatever they're practicing on, Let's check the black people. But when they want to bless somebody, when they want to honor somebody, they kick us down to the bottom. Not you, they say. Yet, we are who we are. See yourself how God sees you, not how these other people of the earth would have you believe you are. Respect your culture. Not all of it, the parts that work. Respect your traditions. Not all of it, the parts that work. Honor your identity as black people. Hold on to what works. Love who you are. They love who you are so much so that they hate who you are. But you don't see that because they don't put it to you like that. They put it to you like you're just nothing and you're nobody and your culture don't mean anything. Yet still, they want to swarm your country. They want to feed off your land. They want to make children with you. But they don't want to honor you. They don't want to value you. How many people from other races have made children with black people and take the children away? We have a mystery card. Been a long time since we had one of those. So concerning Africa, we're supernatural and miraculous. Yeah, God says, yo, no matter how they fight against you, you're all right. I'm going to keep your head above the water. You will not lose, dear Africa and Africans. You are my loves. The rest of the world may reject you. They would burn you down to the ground if they could, but they can't. Because I'm going to uphold you. They have to pass through me to get to you, God says. You're my miracle babies. And that's why the other races have picnic with black people and take them. Because they want miracle genes in their lineage too. Let's see this mystery card. We got relocation, but it was in the reverse. So let's check the energy first. Okay, so it's relocation in the upright. Relocation. They're trying to move you. They're trying to change you from who you are. Like I said, they're using the music. They're using the movies. They're using political rules. They're using food. They're using clothes. They're using shoes. They're using money. They're using all type of things to get you to forget who you are, make you change, relocate who you are spiritually, naturally. But God says, nah, black, you are my babies. I won't let them move you. These people have come in and stolen our identity. They've stolen our history, stolen our dignity, stolen our self-respect. You see the level of crime that's been committed against black people? It's a mad thing. And all the trials, all the experiments that they're doing on us, God still going to protect us. Because God is the father of the fatherless. God is the helper of the helpless. Black people are very trusting, very kind, very forgiving. We just want to live. We just want to live and live well. That's it. We're not looking to fight nobody. We're not looking to take nothing from nobody. We're not looking to steal nobody's identity and make them think less of themselves. That's not what we do. We were not made that way. We don't care about that shit. We be the type to uplift you. Even when you do us wrong, we still like some mumu. But it's alright, because we're good mumus. God loved that about us. We are builders, naturally. We are Freemasons. We are the Freemasons. We just keep building. We keep thriving. We keep winning. Because God favors us. We are God's miracle children. Look how the world fight against us. And yet still look at the things that we managed to achieve. And there's a lot of things that black people do that they don't put black people name pan. I know that. They steal our intellectual property. That's what they do. So a lot of things you see out there, other people are claiming is black people do it. They use us. They befriend us. They take what's good about us. And then they discard of us when they think they don't need us anymore. Like we're nothing. We're trash. And they want us to see ourselves as the trash that they see us as. They want us to see ourselves as though we are beneath them. All of a sudden I have connection issues. Yeah, fuck y'all. I know who I am. And you don't want to do the competition with who is more important than whom. You don't want to do the competition with who is more valuable than whom. With me. You don't want to do the competition of who is more dignified and royal. With me. And that's why you don't like me. But me not like you neither. I'm a different type of African. You're a devil, I'm a devil too. You're a god, I'm a god too. Which side of me do you want? You don't have to like me. But you're not going to get me to see me as less than I am. Ever. I don't care. I could be living on the streets. I could be naked. I could have whips and slashes, blood gushing from my body. I'm still better than you. I could be down inside a toilet pit. I'm still better than you. Because who put me there? You. That made me better than you. Period. I would prefer not to do the competition, but if we want to do the competition, just know that I believe I'm better than you. All of you. So let's not do that. Let's respect each other. Let's learn from each other. Let's grow together. Let's be great together. Every other race know that they're a race of greatness besides the black race. It is by design. But miss me with the nonsense. God didn't make any rubbish. None at all. But if you want to size up yourself with me, just know I'm a stand taller than you. All when I'm lying on the ground, face down, I'm still taller than you. With your gun at my head, still taller than you. My spirit bigger than yours and better than yours. I have love that makes me better than you. Let's treat each other with the respect that we deserve. Let's not do this competition thing. Because I know because I have money and I have certain skin tone, y'all try to make yourself feel like and try to make people around you believe that you're better than black people. You're not. You were not then, you are not now, and you will not be in the future either. We are great. Out of us came you. We have what you want. We are who you hope to be. And that's why you try so hard to take all that away from us. That's why you try so hard to not make the world see us for the greatness that we actually are. But you know what? We're not going to beg your respect from you. We're going to earn it. We're going to earn it by not allowing you to change us into who you want us to be. We're going to continue being who God made us. Because we were made great. We're not broken. We don't need fixing. Any broken, it happened afterwards. Those things we have to fix. After you infiltrated us. Black people went wrong somewhere, and that's the reason why God have us suffering today. We lost our way at some point, and that's why we're made to suffer like this. But we're finding our way back. Black excellence is just who we are. And if that hurt your feelings, I apologize. I sincerely apologize. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. But it's important for you to know who you are. And know that God didn't make any foolishness. You don't have to be jealous of us for who we are and what we have and what we can do. You need to get to know yourself and realize what is special about you. White people have a thing for being fearless. That's your thing. Black people, we are very cautious. That's not our thing. Let's be honest about who we are as a people. Stop trying to walk in each other's shoes to the point where you want to take over. There's a big difference. There's nothing wrong with taking a leaf out of somebody's book, learning from another people. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you want to go to the extreme where you want to put your foot on these people's head and stamp on our head tops, we have a problem with that. When you want to talk bad about us and spit on us, slap us around, lie to us, flood our earwaves with music that's destroying our souls from the inside out, we have a problem with that. When you want to make us feel like our natural beauty isn't beauty, we have a problem. You're going too far. Hatred begets hatred. Evil begets evil. We don't want to do that. If you want to be careless about how you're dealing with us, then wherever you get your tech, we should be respecting each other as a human family. I'm done.